Historic flooding from Hurricane Irene has made about a dozen communities in Vermont inaccessible by road. On Tuesday, the National Guard began airlifting food, water, and supplies to residents who have been cut off. The storm is being blamed for 3 deaths in Vermont. It's forced hundreds of roads and bridges throughout the state to be shut down. Irene dumped about 11 inches of rain on the state, turning streams into raging rivers and catching many residents off guard. For the latest this morning, we're joined on the phone by Robert Stirewalt. He's the spokesman for Vermont's Office of Emergency Management. Robert, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here this morning. How long do you think these airlifts will last?
Well, it'll last as long as they take. I mean, they started today, and they'll continue tomorrow, and we'll just see what the need is. And as long as there's a need, we'll try to meet that need.
You know, when I think of an airlift, I think of something that's being dropped down in a specific location. Is everyone in these communities getting what they need, or are there people that are in dire condition this morning?
I would say as of today, with the deliveries of the food, water, and tarps and cots, that most people have what they need. There are still maybe 1 or 2 communities that have supplies on the way. For example, there's a very small town, Wardsboro, that's going to get their delivery in about an hour. So anybody that was in dire need should have that need fulfilled very soon.
So are you saying that there are actually some towns out there that you guys haven't had a chance to get to yet?
Well, we've got to them in one way or another. I mean, we've been in touch with the people and found out what the need was, and deployed the National Guard to those towns in order to get them what they need right away.
Some people are still in the dark out there. Any idea when electricity and telephone service will be back up?
Well, the numbers continue to improve. I mean, as of last night, we had almost 50,000 people without power, and I think it's down to 20,000.
We saw from North Carolina all the way up to Maine, emergency management offices making preparations for this storm. Was Vermont prepared for Irene when it came through?
I think we were prepared in that we've practiced for this type of event for years now. I just think we weren't prepared for the fast and furious way we got hit. A tropical storm clawing all the way up the coast is highly unusual. And we've said to each other in the EOC, we've said, if this was a 3 feet of snow event or an ice storm, we probably could have responded better because we're used to it. But this was just a really aberrant storm.
Yeah, it makes sense, and we can tell by seeing the images, too. Robert Stirewalt from Vermont's Emergency Management Office. Robert, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.